Jared Rose for NOLA.com with Kevin Henry and Terrell Chatman up at Central High School. A couple seniors going to be playing some college ball next year. But this year, for the Wildcats, it was a year where, talking to some of the coaches going into spring, y'all obviously had the ability to be really good again, but there were some question marks. Is that kind of what y'all saw from yourselves, or do y'all have like a different idea really going into the offseason than maybe they saw?
Yes, I think we had a few question marks. Like, a lot of young guys have to step up and play their role. Like our quarterback, he's pretty young. He's still maturing, and he's still young.
What have been some of the things y'all have seen so far? You mentioned the quarterback stepping up. I guess starting with Kevin, what have been the last couple months over here? What have those been like?
It's been good. We've been working. The thing that we lacked at the beginning was leadership, and that comes between the seniors. We have to step up and become leaders and get the young guys and make sure they mature by the season.
What are y'all's expectations? I mean, you go into an off season and you say, we have some question marks. We've got some stuff to figure out. But our expectations still pretty much the same as they've been every year.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same. Keep the streak alive for this championship and stuff. That'll be nice.
How important is that to y'all as seniors? Y'all know, Scotlandville's gotten real close on y'all the last couple of years. There's been some crazy games. How important is it to y'all senior year to win the title again?
It's very important because it's the tradition of the school.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep that alive.
Have there been other young guys that you've been impressed with that y'all knew were going to need to step up, that from what you've seen from them so far, you've been real impressed with the strides they've made or anything like that, but just where they are right now?
I've been impressed with our sophomore cornerback, Jeremiah Ward. He stepped up big time. That's a position that we lacked, and he stepped up and played the role. Hopefully he'll be the starter.
Yeah, like I said, Gabe Brown. Yeah, he stepped up a lot, maybe playing a big role for his guys like Josh Brown and Slack. He filled in a lot.
As seniors, you mentioned that the leadership was something y'all had to figure out. Is that kind of a weird deal to now be in charge? Y'all had some pretty notable seniors last year, and now y'all kind of need to be those guys. What's that like for y'all?
For me, it's weird because I started voicing my freshman year, and I wasn't that much of a talker. My sophomore year, I had big seniors there, and then junior year, I had some real vocal leaders, and now it's my turn to be the leader, and it just feel weird.
Yeah, it feels weird, especially for me because I'm not as vocal as Kevin might be. So yeah, it's definitely kind of weird for me.
Are there other things that y'all already talked about as far as goals beyond obviously district title? Or is it pretty much that's the one, and then the rest of it kind of comes from there?
State championship.
Yeah. So y'all, that's
ultimate goal. Yeah.
Ultimate.
To have a successful senior year, if you say, Central needs to do this to have a successful senior year, what's kind of the end of that blank? Is it district title? Is it we need to run the ball effectively, we need to force turnovers, whatever it may be? What do you think y'all need to do to consider it a good year?
Just play out football. If it's pounding the ball, airing the ball out, being on every play, having the most interceptions, turnovers,
we just need to be
consistent with all our games.
Fair enough. Terrell Chatman, Kevin Henry up at Central High School. For the NOLA.com, Jared Rose.